basically vitality is going to upgrade your health. Attunement gives you more spell slots, which I mean, you have one right now. I suspect you probably won't need a whole lot. Since spells are kind of more an advanced gameplay, I would prefer to just stick with a melee weapon. Endurance is going to up your stamina and your equip load. So stamina affects how many times you can swing your weapon or block before getting fatigued. And equip load is going to affect your like how much equipment you can carry on your actual body, like the weight of the armor you wear and the weapons you carry.
Okay.
And then that in turn determines how fast you can roll. And rolling is a good technique for dodging bosses. Like I say, I like to try and keep it in the mid-roll range. Strength and dexterity, that's going to up your damage, your physical damage, depending on what kind of weapon you get. So if you look at the weapons descriptions, there'll be it'll say it'll indicate like the rating, like whether, like, it'll have the strength symbol, and then next to it it'll say like A or B or C, indicating that, you know, an A ranked strength weapon will have a larger increase in damage when you upgrade your strength, whereas C would be, you know, a lesser gain. And so there's even S, which is better than A, but those are rarer. And so if you find a weapon that gives you like an A strength rating, then upgrading your strength is going to up your damage quite a bit. Same thing with dexterity, intelligence, and faith. And then intelligence and faith also affect what kind of spells you can cast, but that's probably not going to be too relevant. So I would say, you know, upping your vitality, your endurance, your strength, or your dexterity.
What's resistance?
It's widely considered to be a useless stat. It's just kind of a general thing. Like if you press over, like it won't do it permanently, but you'll see what kind of things are being upgraded. So it increases all your defenses and your poison resist. And you can find items like different armors you wear will give you tons of poison resist, and they'll affect variably your other defenses. So it's not really worth upgrading.
So which one's the green bar?
The what?
Dexterity?
Oh, the stamina. That one is endurance.
Okay. What's dexterity?
That's going to be for dexterity-based weapons, like katanas, things like that. I think bows are usually dexterity-based. So you could even hold off on doing strength or dexterity until you come across a weapon that you really want to use. And just work on like vitality and endurance at first.
Boom.
And so the required souls for leveling up
Goes up?
Yeah, like exponentially increases. Or maybe it's not exponential, but it increases. And so it'll eventually get to a point where it takes like 20,000 souls just to upgrade one stat one time.
Three humanities.
So that's another. So obviously in the lower right you have your souls. You get those from killing enemies. And then in the upper left, next to your life and your stamina, is another counter, and that's for humanity. So you just picked up humanity as an item, which can be equipped in the slot where you have your Estus flask. And if you push down on the so that'll rotate around different items. And if you go back to your inventory, change equipment. So there you have your Estus flask and your humanity and other things, and you can equip different sorts of stuff like bombs or knives.
Okay.
And so humanity as an item, if you use it, it'll heal you, just like an Estus flask, and then it'll also put a counter on that humanity counter in the corner, and that can affect different things. So at the bonfire, you had the different options. That one of them said, I think reduce hollowing or something like that, or become human, or
Yeah.
and so if you rotate the camera and look at your face right now, so you look pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
So you're in a semi-hollowed state, and so if you increase you decrease the hollow, and by spending a humanity, then your face will clean up and you'll look human. And that'll make it so you can kindle bonfires, and what that does is it increases the amount of Estus flasks that you carry around with you. You've got 10 right now, and this bonfire here is kindled at 10, and then each kindling increases it by 5. You can't do it more than 10 right now, but most of the other bonfires you come across will only be 5 to start out with, and you can kindle them up to 10.
Alright.
And
So that's for that particular bonfire, like if I'm filling up my Estus flask there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And let's see what else. Humanity. If you're human, then people can invade you, and you can invade other worlds. And I think those are the only really things affected by you being human. But also having humanity points up in the counter there. The more you have, the higher your item find becomes. So you have a higher chance of picking up items off of things you kill.
Mm-hmm.
It's Bitey the Crow. And it also increases the damage of chaos weapons. So there are different upgrade paths for weapons. I usually go the normal route, but you can go like magic or divine, fire, lightning, and I think fire has a further divergent path, either higher amounts of fire or chaos. And chaos is, as I said, affected by how much humanity you have on you. And lore-wise, it's kind of interesting. So, I mean, you're undead, and you have the ability to sort of store humanity. And like, you know, being human, you have this inherent idea of humanity, and undead, you've lost humanity, you know, in a philosophical sense, but they've turned it into an actual item. And you can steal humanity from other people, or you picked it up off of a corpse, so you know he had humanity on him or inside of him, and you harvested it off of a dead guy. So yeah, you've stumbled upon the skeletons, which is
Too strong.
yeah, like, so it's sort of a running joke, because traditionally skeletons are one of the easier enemies in RPGs, but in Dark Souls they're incredibly difficult when you first encounter them.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, it's very funny. So what you might want to do, because they'll keep chasing you, or actually,
Rest of the bonfire?
yeah, I don't know, actually they might have a limit to how far they chase you, but if you rest of the bonfire, it'll... Oh, no, they followed you.
Uh-oh.
They might be turning around. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, if you got an enemy on your tail, you might not be able to rest. Did you talk to that guy yet?
Nope.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum.
Yeah, that sounds much better.
Now, well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are actually 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens.
Brilliant.
Brilliant, right? Not much to go on. But I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Ha ha ha.
So yeah, the second bell down in Blacktown, that's one of the things you can shortcut to with the master key.
Oh, we're gonna go there now?
No, I wouldn't recommend it.
So we're going to church.
Take me to church.
Is that a song?
Yeah. Jimmy Fallon was singing it. You know, Dad always watches that show.
Yeah.
And I occasionally go down and watch it with him. And when they have like a guest coming on Friday, he'll usually mention it like every day of the week. Because they had this singer coming on who's, you know, #1 hit, Billboard Top 100 charts or whatever, was "Take Me to Church," and he kept like singing the chorus during his show. Take me to church. And then his announcer guy, he's like, just take him to church. Just come on.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Paragon.
Petrus.
Have you business with us? If not, I prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Oh. You can actually talk to him again and it'll change his tune pretty quick.
Hello there.
Because we know each other now.
I requested that we retain our distance. But I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Ooh. Copper. He gave me a penny.
And then you can talk to him.
Do I want to touch that?
Well, so the bloodstains will show you how someone died.
Oh.
I imagine this guy fell.
Oh, he's fighting the skeletons.
Oh, actually, he might be fighting Petrus.
Oh. Well, you don't mess with a bottom-heavy guy like that.
You're a bottom-heavy guy.
Oh, yeah. I also have the same hairstyle.
You could be brothers. If you talk to him again, he'll offer to have you join his covenant, which you might already be a part of because you started out on it.
You again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to awake my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles?
Miracles?
Would that please you?
It would please me greatly.
Very well. And last.
Yeah, they say teach, but really he's selling you pieces of paper.
Oh, paper.
Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
So I always like to learn the gesture. If you press the select key when you're not talking to him, then you have access to the gestures.
Yeah, I can't forward any of these.
Nope. You probably can't cast any of them either.
Great. Lovely to be in your covenant.
Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Where's my shrug?
Press Y. Let's switch out. Whatever.
Okay. Elevator shaft?
Yep, but you can go down there. There's items you can get. Did you ever come across any of the mimics?
Nope.
That's always an adventure. Maybe I'll let you discover them on your own.
Homeward bound.
There's actually a tell for the mimics. Well, several tells. You might not be able to see the chain off to the right of the treasure chest, because in the grass.
Oh, yep.
You can see how it's it curves like a little bit to the front and then around to the back.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember the shape of it, but the mimic has a different shaped chain. And also, if you watch them, they'll breathe. So the lid, the mouth, will like open up a little bit.
Okay. I got a talisman. Is that anything I can use?
Lloyd's talisman? I don't ever use it.
Okay.
Like if you were, I'm not sure if you can use it while invading. I would imagine so. The description. Oh wait, no. Is that? What else did you pick up?
I got. I don't know. Talisman.
Oh, that talisman. Yeah, that's for casting miracles.
Oh.
So you'd hold that either in your shield or your weapon slot and cast the miracle.
So this stops bad guys from using healing potions.
Yeah, and there are some monsters that use it, but like I said, I've never once used one of those talismans.
Who's Lloyd? I don't know.
That's a good question. It probably says something in the description for the talisman. You don't know Lloyd of London?
No. I see you there. Just take a look. How do I,
Toggle display?
Allfather Lloyd's Cleric Knights. Hunt down the undead. Lloyd's Cleric Knights are widely praised for their undead hunts.
Impunity. It's a great word.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure if they ever make the distinction in the game, but this is sort of like a major bonfire, as opposed to all the sort of lesser ones that you come across. And all the major ones have bonfire keepers that are nearby.
Yeah.
And the bonfire keepers you can talk to. Once you find certain items, you can upgrade your Estus flask, and so it'll recover more health.
Cool. I thought I was going to church. Where is it?
So you have to find the bell tower. It's actually not here. It's where the gargoyles are. Do you remember how you got there?
Maybe.
It's kind of a journey.
An adventure. Fire bombs.
So there's a ramp right there, or stairway. So I went to McDonald's the other day.
Yes.
And they have that stupid double drive-through,
Oh yeah.
which seems like an okay idea, I guess. But it rarely works out very well for me. Like this last time, I generally try to assess which is going to be the best way to go. Generally, I mean, you just kind of alternate, right?
Yeah.
Because ideally it shouldn't take very much longer. But I foolishly pulled in behind a minivan full of people, full of kids. So they spent like 5 minutes ordering Happy Meals for all the kids. Meanwhile, in the other lane, there are like 3 or 4 cars just going right through.
Blew through. Yeah.
And then you have to go through the actual windows, and you know I see him hand out 2 of the Happy Meal bags, and then she hands them back. So there's obviously some kind of problem. I'm like, come on, it's garbage no matter what it is. Just take it and eat it.
Yeah, I went there the other day, and the problem I had was they have those fountains there.
Yeah, that's so dumb. I mean, it's already like right next to the freeway, and for some reason they don't have the sound wall right there, so it's already fairly loud. But then the fountain, the water feature, right next to the speaker, you can't hear them at all.
I ordered a Dr. Pepper. They gave me diet.
I went, I think it was a McDonald's one time. I was trying to order Mountain Dew. I was like, I'll take a Mountain Dew. And they couldn't, like, they weren't getting it. Like, they're like, you want iced tea? you want Orange Crush? Or I don't know what else they were putting up there. I'm like, no, Mountain Dew. Like, oh, we don't have that. Oh, okay. But they didn't, like, I even double checked after that, and they didn't, normally they show on the drive-thru menu, they'll have pictures of all the available drinks, but they didn't have it on that one.
Must have been Wendy's.
Do they not have Mountain Dew?
They just have a large selection and they can't list all the products.
Oh. They have one of the machines where you can mix and match stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have a special concoction, a cocktail that you like?
No, I just like their ginger ale.
Yeah, what brand?
It's like, I don't know if it's Seagram's or what.
So, store brand?
Yeah. What's your preferred ginger ale?
I don't know that I have a preference. I've never done a ginger ale taste test.
Have you ever tried Werner's?
I might have. They good?
It's very gingery and goes flat pretty quickly.
So you don't recommend it?
Nah. It's a novelty. We actually have a can out on the freezer if you want to go have one. But yeah, Canada Dry. Why wouldn't you go with that?
No.
Ginger ale.
What's the other options?
Schweppes.
Schweppes.
Probably like a Shasta equivalent.
Yeah, I don't know. Never been so into ginger ale that I had a preference.
You're a Mountain Dew guy?
No, Dr. Pepper is usually what I go for.
Oh. But you've tried like all the special Mountain Dews.
Yeah, a good portion of them. That Sangrita Blast is like too syrupy. It's like too fake fruity. Actually, so did I tell you about the guess your age contest that I did at Scout Camp?
Somewhat.
So yeah, I decided. So we had camp-wide games every Friday afternoon, and I decided to make a contribution to the games, to the effect of a guess my age competition. So I set out a jar and had rules, 1 entry per person, no hints from the staff, and had people try and guess my age, because I'm usually mistaken for very much younger. Do you have that problem?
Yeah, I think I look a little young.
Yeah, people are always saying like early 20s. And so I thought it would be entertaining, at least, to have people guess. But there were a not insignificant number of right guesses and close guesses.
Oh.
There was always at least one correct guess, and so I always had a winner to choose from. And the reason I brought that up is because I would give away one of my Sangrita Blast Mountain Dews as the prize to get rid of them.
Here's your lovely prize.
It's so great. Limited edition.
Oh, it's tough to give it up, but you deserve it. Be wary of Up. Yeah, it was a pretty sad opener for such a happy movie.
So the portrait on that tells me that was like a hacker that put down that message, because I'm pretty sure the ones that are put down by people have a different portrait. And also it was like at shoulder height, which also indicates that he wasn't on the level.
Yeah, not on the level. Were you using that as an expression, or
Or a pun.
Yeah.
It just kind of rolled out. It wasn't planned. See, that's the one, that the hollow picture. So yeah, reverse hollowing is how they word it. You're not going to level up?
Oh.
Well, actually, what you could do is save your souls and go to the merchant and buy a bow.
Really good.
So the bow is useful at this point of the game because it'll allow you to get the dragon tail sword, or the drake tail sword.
Dragon tail.
And the sword is a nice early on weapon because it's fairly powerful until you can start upgrading a different weapon. So that's my recommendation.
So I like kick the wall here.
No, it's a shortcut you unlock later.
Oh yeah, my back.
From outer space. And so go to your inventory. No, not the bottom.
I don't know.
Equipment.
It doesn't pause it.
And go to your shield and click on that. And so you picked up this wooden shield. Press X. And so by changing it, it'll show you what the differences would be. So you can go back down to the shield you have on now. So the damage reduction percentage, that's the main thing you pay attention to for shields. So it's got 100% physical resistance, which is obviously good.
Can you have more than that?
No. What, it heals you when you block?
Yes.
No, not that I've ever come across. And then obviously there's different kinds of magic you'll come across, just regular magic, fire, lightning. And then stability is... what does that mean? I think it means...
how far you get knocked?
It might be that. It might also be like how much stamina it takes away when you block.
Hmm.
And so a higher stability would make it so you can block more. Something like that. So the if you were to change it to the wooden shield, you have less physical resistance, but you have a lot higher lightning resistance as a trade-off. Slightly higher magic resistance.
Well, I haven't been struck by magic or lightning yet.
Yeah. And weight is another thing you might pay attention to. Looked like it was half the weight.
Get that medium roll.
So go back down the stairs. We'll head over to the merchant. And then across this little bridge here. Although there's going to be a guy to your right. Or did he come up the stairs already? Turn further. No. Guess you already got him. So yeah, there's two shield guys over there.
Yeah, I can see.
And so their main annoyance is they'll hold up their shield a lot. And so you could kick them to stagger them back.
I only have spears.
There you go. And the attack.
Ow. Yeah, buddy. I'm gonna pillage your dead friend right in front of you.
He probably doesn't care.
Put on his old shield.
He's probably like, oh, that guy was such a bother. Thank you. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, come on.
Hidden staircase. You can't take it.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, occasionally you'll come across a useful note from other people, but most of the time it's just jokes. If you go, well, there's a guy right there. You can take care of him. Got him. And if you go out this door here. That's where the merchant is.
Well now, you seem
He's
to
kind
have
of a
wits
creeper.
about you. Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
He trades for souls?
Mhm.
The devil? So you wanted a bow.
Yeah.
Short bow?
Mm-hmm.
That's the soul.
And then you want. You can just go with standard arrows.
One of them?
No. I don't know how many you might need.
Purchase 59 of them.
Yeah, just go the max for now. I hope you don't need more than that.
Thank you kindly.
Neehehehe.
I don't even know if you have the stats to equip the bow. Go to your equipment. And, yeah. So,
Oh. No, no.
so press X, yeah. So yeah, it requires, so this is the strength requirement under Rec Param.
Well, I have like 11.
Yeah, so if you upgrade your dexterity once, then you'll be able to actually use it.
Well, if I hadn't blown all my souls on arrows.
There's plenty more souls where that came from. You could even, you'll occasionally pick up items that give you souls if you use them. And you have one of those right now, actually.
Oh yeah. You don't like to save those?
It's one of those things where in the past I've saved them and then end up never using them. It's like when you get like elixirs in Final Fantasy and they just sit in your inventory because they're so precious because you can't buy them anywhere. You want to save them for a special occasion and then you never use them.